Hello everyone, guten tag, bonjour, dobry den. This is me, Zeno, talking with you today. And yes, from the title of this video, you might have understood what are we going to be talking about today. New Year is here, and people have a super duper idea on how they're going to change their lives, how they're going to make new resolutions and all of that. Now, let me tell you something. This is awesome. If you want to change your life for the better, I'm all for it. Now, the problem that I have is that most people fail with this. And I know there's been a lot of videos talking about these New Year's resolutions. I've watched them all on my stream. You can check it after this video. But here specifically, I want to talk about my personal opinions on why we fail in these type of resolutions. Because everyone wants change, right? Everyone wants to become the best version of themselves. Everyone wants to be able to look strong, eat well, I don't know. Everyone wants to earn a bunch of money and be very, very successful. And we all agree with it. It's a very good goal. It's a very good idea. And that's why people sit down before New Year's Eve and they decide, okay, January 1st, new year, new me. Now, I'm not going to lie. This year, I also had to start in that way, but it was because of a different factor. On the other hand, the way I like to start the year is new year, same me, getting better. And this is why I want to talk about the New Year's resolution, because we even watched on the stream yesterday that 92% of all at least Americans fail their resolutions. I don't know about Europeans and all of those people, but that number I don't think is going to be that much changing. And even from that stream, I caught up a couple of things that I wanted to talk with you about all these goals and why they're not so achievable for most people. And what I will start is, what goals are we setting ourselves? Let me ask you this. If you're fat. You're super fat, you don't like how you look, you want to lose weight, and you're in your New Year's resolutions, hit the gym. I will ask you, what does that mean? Because because most of the resolutions that people set up are super vague. They are super vague. Like hitting the gym, what does it even mean? Does it mean going to the gym every day? Does it mean going to the gym once a month? Does it mean even going to the gym? Or maybe it just means take a bath and hit the gym. It doesn't really tell us anything. So for that reason, a much better resolution, much better goal would be go to the gym at least once a week. Work out there for at least 30 minutes. That is a clear set resolution. Why? Because it's measurable. Because there is only a yes or no answer. You failed or you didn't fail. It's either you went there this week or you didn't. Yes, no. And the reason why I also give a week is because I think that writing New Year's resolution for a whole year is incredibly stupid. Like, you need to self-analyze yourself daily. You need to self-analyze yourself on a daily basis. And most people, because they give these vague goals, they can't really look at the picture and say, okay, did anything change? Did I actually keep the word? Or didn't I? And that's why we actually saw it on the stream yesterday. Some people just forget about their resolutions. Right? If you're not used to do something and then you change it, you kind of need to be able to track it. Because you need to stop for a second, actually look at it and figure out if it's good or not. But you can't if your goal is so vague. If you can't explain to a 10-year-old, what are you specifically going to do? So that's my number one problem with New Year's resolutions. I've also saw, however, that people were criticizing the idea of the fact that they are bad oriented, like lose weight, quit smoking, stop scrolling Instagram. Like, it's all negative. We're trying to basically limit ourselves from something that we used to, like, enjoy. And I would argue that the problem is not that they're bad oriented, but that people often make them less value oriented. I am not a smoker. I don't encourage anyone to smoke. But if you are someone who is smoking and you are it actually brings you something, and quitting it won't change you for better or will make you miserable, then it's your call. Just don't quit it. Because here's the thing, goals or these New Year's resolutions, they have to be value oriented. Because the only way you're going to change is if you see the reason why you want to do it. If you're fat and you want to lose weight, it's awesome. But do you think you're gonna really want to do it if you don't know the why? Sure, I said you need to be able to measure and track your goals, but you also need to understand why are you doing it. What is this worth to you? What's the value behind it? If it's less value oriented, you're never going to stick to it. I'm not going to stick in it, and your most favorite celebrity will not. Why? This leads me to my third argument why I don't like the New Year's resolutions and why people fail them, is because I believe they forget a simple thing, that in order to make changes, you need to sacrifice something. Now, I know a lot of people don't like the word sacrifice because it sounds too epic. But you know what? Screw you. Sacrifice is the best word for this. If you want to lose weight, you need to sacrifice some of the bad habits that you had. But those bad habits are something that you probably enjoyed in the past. For example, you decided you're going to go to the gym. It's going to take you 2 hours to get there. And now, on a Monday, when you need to be at that gym, instead of spending the 2 hours scrolling Instagram or, I don't know, spending it with your dog or whatever, you are going to need to hit the gym. And I believe that a lot of the times when people set up these goals, they don't think, okay, I'm going to struggle. I'm going to have to sacrifice something. Now, I'm not saying you should struggle through all your goals. It's only you should be pain. You should hate it. If you don't hate it, you don't mean it. No. I'm not saying this. You should be on fire to achieve your goals. But let's look at money exchange. If I go and buy a toy for $5 from a little kid, that kid sacrifices its toy for the $5. Whatever the reason is, they need those $5. I sacrifice my $5 for that toy. At the end of the day, I do get something I wanted. I get the toy, but I lose something I had, the $5. And the thing is that people always forget, when they set up goals, they only set up the goal, get the toy. And then all of a sudden, if you come to them and say, yeah, but to get that toy, you kind of need to give up $5. I'm not ready. I don't want to give up those $5. Can we do it for less? Can I only give up 5 cents? No, you need to give up $5 because that kid is asking for $5 and they're not going lower. Worst case, they're going higher. It's this exchange that people need to think about, but people forget to think about when they make their New Year's resolutions. You'll only get something if you give up something. Now, I'm not saying you should give up all the good stuff. You should give up the stuff that you are prepared to give up. Because with the example with the gym, if you need to spend some time with your dog, and you know you need to spend some time with your dog because you need to take him out, somebody has to take care of him, then you probably cannot really dedicate that time to the gym. You probably need to find some other time that you're willing to sacrifice so that you can hit that goal of losing weight and going to the gym. To me, these struggles and sacrifices are really the key issue why people fail. And I do believe that is also why people do not make resolutions or make big goals, like sit down and do them any other time of the year, but they do it on New Year's Eve. And this is the last point I'm gonna make it today, why people fail New Year's resolutions, because they make them in the moment of hype. Think about it. If you have a daily routine and then It's Christmas. It's the holiday season. It's New Year's. Everyone is celebrating. Everyone is on vacation. Everyone is escaping their daily reality, their daily routine. And you find yourself all of a sudden all together with all these people. You actually, for the first time, are probably enjoying some of the moments that you have. And you sit down and you think, okay, now I am going to change. You're thinking about this at the moment of hype. Because everyone is hyping you up. Life is good. The Christmas dinner is here. The presents are here. Everybody's satisfied. Everybody's on holidays. Like, you don't need to worry about your job. You don't need to worry about some bills, because the guy who's making your taxes, he's also on vacation. So he's not going to bother you with your taxes. And you chill and you enjoy it, and it's all great. So of course you are hyped up for big changes. Well, guess what? That's why we're going to fail. Because while we're on hype, we forget all the bad stuff. We forget all the negative stuff, right? Which is not necessarily negative, but the stuff that really impacts our life, our daily routine. On holidays, if I don't have to get up at 6 in the morning to go to work, I can surely write myself a goal when I wake up at 9, and then I look at my dreams and I say, okay, now I'm going to hit the gym every single day, every single morning before work. The problem is, however, you forget how you feel sucky whenever you get up at 5 in the morning to go to work at 6. And now to hit the gym, you need to probably get up at 4 so that you have at least some time to get there. And then you come back to your place, and when you actually need to get up, you don't do it. Why? Because the hype of the holiday season, the hype of the magic season is over. And you're thrown back to your brutal reality, and those goals that you made over there, you need to now bring them up. You need to now bring them up here. This is why I don't know whose quote is this, but it's a quote saying, never make promises when you are super happy. And this is exactly the mistake that actually people do with their New Year's resolutions. They make themselves promises when they're at the peak of their year, basically. Because Christmas and New Year's Eve are probably, this holiday season is the only time in the year where the whole world is celebrating something and is actually relaxing, chilling, and enjoying the family season, right? Yeah, people take vacations in the summer, but someone takes it in June, someone takes it in August, someone takes it in the end of September. So the balance is still different, and some people still do the work. Whereas for Christmas, everyone agrees 25th of December, 26th of December, we're chilling. And of course, everyone celebrates New Year's Eve because we all celebrate it. We all celebrate the date on the calendar. Every single day, we have a new date on the calendar. And it's 99.9% of the time the same, except for maybe some of the countries that have a 24-hour difference between each other. So the thing that I'm trying to tell is, are New Year's resolutions a good thing? Partially, because you need more than 1 year resolution. You need to have resolutions at least weekly. You need to have them often. You need to analyze yourself daily. Like, 1 year is just too much. And you need to tweak them a bit, because although we are hyped up, although we are going through these good ideas, and our goals are genuinely good, we want to do it for the better. Otherwise, we're not going to succeed, right? But we gotta be mentally prepared that shit is gonna get hard, that we're going to have to say no to some things. And this is the first thing you need to think of whenever you make a resolution, whenever you make a goal, and actually whenever you make a promise to anyone. To anyone. Example, if your friend tells you, hey, let's go out on a Saturday morning at 9 a.m., you need to first think that, okay, will I even be up at 9 a.m. on a Saturday? You see, you need to think about the sacrifices. Okay, I'm going to have to sacrifice my sleep, but I'm going to hang out with my friend. Is this the balance I'm willing to give up? Yes? Sure, then we do it, man, 9 a.m. No? Then we don't do it. We figure something out. And the problem is that people when they set up a resolution that, yeah, now I'm going to meet with someone every single Saturday at 9 a.m., they kind of forget that sometimes on a Saturday they look at their phone at 8:50 and they think, oh my crap, I have no intention of getting out of this bed. So to finish it, guys, moral of the video: analyze yourself more often than once a year. Attach your goals and basically your life, the actions that you do on a daily basis, to the things that you as a person value. And number 3, be ready. Shit will get hard, but I have a rule for myself which goes, it's not about how you feel at the moment, but it's about how you're going to remember that moment. And if you think about what you're going through, and if it gets hard, always remember how you're going to feel once it's done. I believe that is much more valuable than how we feel right now. This was me, Zeno, today talking to you. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'll post it as soon as possible, and I try to push more content nowadays. With that being said, I will see you in my other videos.